What is up, you guys? Matt from My Process, and guys, today I'm hopping on a call with a follower that I have not talked to in almost a year. Somehow, we got lost through social media and stuff like that, and somehow we lost connection with talking and stuff, but it was really, really cool because I actually was able to connect with him again, and that was absolutely amazing. I decided to hop on a call with him and see how he's been and stuff like that, figure out what's going on with him in his life, and see how it can add value to him, because I believe he is an aspiring a musical artist, so that will be really, really interesting to talk about. I will call him right now.
Mic check.
Hey Jake, how you doing, my man?
What's up, man?
How are you, bro?
Yeah, I'm doing great actually. How are you?
That sounds great, dude. It's been so long. I've been really good too, bro. I've been good.
That's insane, man. That's insane. I see what you're doing. So, hey, ambitious little kids, right?
Oh, 100%, dude. Hey, we're a little bit more grown up since the last time we talked, dude. So, I hope my voice maybe got a little bit deeper, since then. But, at least I hope so. But do you know how I used to screenshot DMs and then I would post them on my Instagram story?
Yeah.
So all of my photos from about a year ago were on my computer. Right, so now I was looking back at all my old photos. That's what I was looking back on. I was looking back on my old photos, and I see that screenshot of us talking. Right, so then I look up your username, and then I find you, and I was like, oh my god, this guy's still alive. I'm so happy. You know what I'm saying? So then I reach out to you, and I'm saying, and I remind you of the @Fleeter account that I had. I just changed to Our Process and stuff. But dude, what a just tell me how's the last year been going, because it's been that long.
It's crazy fast. So I really had to make a shift in mindset, because it goes way back, I think 2.5 years maybe, where actually I had to make that shift, because actually I was looking for people and advice, because I actually quit my study to go for a professional basketball career, and I was that's the only thing. If I get that, then I'll be happy as fuck. So
yeah, I remember
that's what I was thinking. But so I quit my study, and I was going hard at it, but I didn't take care of my body enough. So the after hours, I didn't get enough sleep.
Okay.
And eventually, I just broke down, and I couldn't play basketball anymore. And I was sitting at home shit. What the fuck am I gonna do?
Oh, what am I gonna do? Exactly.
I have an entire year sacrificed for this, and now I can't even do the thing I set out to do. So, so then it's really thinking what do I enjoy most, and then I remembered that when I played basketball and trained all the time, I was listening to hip hop the entire time. So eventually, one verse I remember exactly, "Me Against the World" from Tupac, and it was the second verse, so he was talking about society and shit, and so I was thinking damn. Hey, if he can do that, I can do it as well. So
100%, dude.
Yeah, I recorded the verse, and it was shit, and I threw it away right at the start, because I couldn't even understand myself.
Yeah.
But eventually, it just pulled me back in, and then I really started to think how am I gonna get this off the ground? And I'm still here. So
yeah, for sure, dude. I mean, if you do you want to talk about that injury that you had, because I know it was so funny to everyone who's everyone who's watching. I talked to my friend Jake right here. We go way back. He's probably one of my first definitely one of my first followers that I ever had on my account. So we just reconnected and stuff like that. But when we were talking, he was actually going through the injury that he was actually just talking about in that story. So I'm really, really interested to hear about how you how you kind of persevered through that injury and stuff like that. I know you found music, but how what was your motivation to just keep moving forward and keep hustling towards your dream, even though you had that obstacle that was in your way and stuff? Because I exactly what was in your story. I remember you wanted to be a professional basketball player, and then you got injured. and then you started to, like, and I was so funny, dude, looking at the old DMs. You were like, you had not fully committed to music making, but you were like, yeah, I mean, I really, really love hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's crazy to see how how you like completely, you know, converted into like becoming like a musical artist, which is amazing. So you know, how did you, you know, persevere through that injury and stuff?
It was a battle like every single day, because I remember just waking up and before I even started walking, I could feel like the pain. So I was laying in bed like, I gotta go do this and this, but I'm still like sitting here and I feel like the pain I'm gonna have. So it was just a mental battle, because it can also like enter your mind, which can, when you're so used to having that pain, you anticipate it as well. So then it's even worse. So I had to go to several physical doctors, and I had like the weirdest, you know, like the acupuncture.
Yeah.
But at sports is actually another level up. It's actually worse, because then they have like a bigger type of needle, and they like prick it in your muscle bundle so they loosen up. But it was like 3 times a week like that, and it hurt like hell. So I was thinking like, why does it keep coming back? And eventually I just started working out more, because they had a fitness center there, and I started focusing on the entire core. And then eventually I just got up to the point where I was kind of done with it. So 3-4 times a week I went and just playing my hip hop and just thinking about, I mean, it can't stay. That's what I was thinking in my head, like, it's body, so it has to heal at some point. So I was like thinking, either I could sit here in my bed like until 4 p.m. and then just eat and then sleep, but it's not gonna progress if I do that. I have to exercise, and since then, I never had any issues with it before.
Oh, for sure, my man. And I mean, that's so amazing that you adopted that mindset. You know, a lot of people, it's so funny, you know, they go through some sort of pain in their life, and, you know, Eric Thomas, like, says this the best, and you probably may have heard that from him, like, pain is temporary. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was listening to those motivational stuff. Like, it kept me alive.
Oh,
real.
dude,
like,
me too, bro. Like, going. Oh my god, dude, we're in the same
Eric
boat.
Thomas, Gary V now, especially.
100%.
A lot of those people, and especially basketball motivation videos. It was like out there everywhere.
For sure, man.
So especially when I was in high school classes and stuff, I was just, when everybody was studying, I was still focusing like, how am I gonna get this fucking injury?
Oh, for sure. Like, how are you gonna get through this? And I feel like, and it's so crazy, because I really feel like a lot of people, you know, go through that type of stuff in their life, but they just don't. It's like they can't. They feel like that pain is gonna last with them for the rest of their life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they start mourning, they start dwelling, and they start, you know, thinking about how bad their situation is and stuff like that, and they don't actually think about, you know, the good that will come out of that, you know, situation or out of that pain, you know, when you're done with it, or when that pain, you know, subsides. You know what I'm saying? So like,
what it did. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, my man. Go ahead.
Yeah. What it did give me was like time, especially because I was kind of isolated as well, so I had time to think how I think. So I could eventually just think about how I was going to anticipate the pain, and then combat that thought again with, wait, but I'm not actually walking yet. How is that even possible that I have pain?
Yeah.
So eventually it kind of, I just started drowning out those thoughts, because it was starting to get annoying as well, because I was thinking like, if I'm ever gonna get rid of it completely, I need to adopt. I need to. It's survival of the fittest, right? So you actually need to do something. If you're not gonna do anything, it's not gonna change. So
for sure,
that's what I was thinking, and it's kept me going, definitely.
For sure, my man.
I can't really see the details of what is actually causing this pain. I started going to the roots, like, how does pain form? And I was like, I actually studied biology at some point, like thinking how a receptor is gonna work.
Yeah.
And if I'm thinking like, if I am ahead of my thoughts, and if I am ahead of my actual body, because body is just actually some sort of symptom of all your thoughts. Because you mostly see it in happy people. They look happy, right? So
for sure.
So you can see like the mental state of someone from the outside. You see someone looking at the ground like down and shit, you're thinking like, hey, it must be pretty fucking sad.
Yeah.
But there's someone like, I don't know, talking on the phone with his wife, or there's some kids playing around you. You know they are happy because you can see it.
Yeah.
And that's what I was trying to root back. Is if I'm thinking that I'm like gonna have pain, of course I'm gonna have pain.
Oh, for sure, my man, and that's so that's so interesting that that you yourself experience that, you know what I'm saying, because like you said, like a lot of motivational speakers, they'll say like oh, your thoughts control your emotions, and like your emotions control how you look at the world and stuff like that, and that's really interesting to hear from a motivational speaker, but like for someone that's actually been through it and that are actually like almost experimented with their own body and going through pain, and like you found that out through through your journey and through like that situation that you were in, it just makes it 20 times more powerful because you actually experienced it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
that's different. Sometimes it's hard to listen to some motivational speakers because you're also thinking at the same time like, what do you got to say about it? I mean, because at this point you have probably how many cars and how big is your house, like
exactly.
And sometimes I notice it in some of them that they actually are sort of stuck in a routine of bringing some of their past experiences but now adopting it to their new lifestyle, so they're kind of isolated from the hustle as we speak.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, and I'm wrestling with that topic as well, because what if eventually I make it and then I'm surrounded by people that are rich and famous and shit? How am I gonna impress the normal crowd, because I'm not a normal crowd anymore?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's hard, man. That's really inspiring.
And it's interesting. It's cool that you say that, and it's also I know you mentioned like Gary Vee earlier. In the talk that we had. And it's so crazy how he was able, like exactly that type of mindset that you're talking about now, and also like the type of way to interact with not only the people who are of higher class or whatever, but also people that are of middle class or lower class or just like normal everyday people. It's funny how he's able to relate with his audience, because he doesn't have the fancy houses or the nice cars, or at least he doesn't show that on his social media. You know what I'm saying? Like every single other successful person that's out there, And I think that's part of the reason why his account has really blown up in the last year or maybe a year or 2 years, is because of that simple fact that he shows pure and just raw hustle and work ethic and stuff, and people can relate to that because he's even though he's like massively successful, like he's still he's still like fighting from the trenches, you know what I'm saying, and instead of being like a king looking down on all of his soldiers that are attacking for him, you know what I'm saying, like so like it's just I really really do agree with that too, like I just feel like it's so important to always stay grounded throughout your entire journey, no matter where your financial situation is, no matter how hot your wife is, no matter how amazing of a car you have, you know what I'm saying, like as long as you always stay grounded and you always stick to your truth as well. That's something very important, like sticking to your truth throughout your journey, and you just like throughout that journey just loving the process, dude, like you're gonna be able to like impact and just reach out to anybody that listens to your music or watches my videos, you know what I'm saying. So like if we can just put just being grounded, being humble, and just sticking to our truth and loving the process, like overall, my man, like we will see the numbers rise up. We will see the increase in sales. We'll see the increase in impact that we have in people's lives.
And that's
really
the funny
skyrocket.
thing. Yeah, because if you don't focus on the numbers, like you're just loving the journey, eventually people are just gonna be like, hey, this man loving the journey, maybe I'll hop along,
For sure.
So if you yourself are not striving towards like, I'm gonna get the highest sales and I'm gonna get the next car, yourself are gonna be happy with being grounded, because people want real, like of course they're gonna like the post with the nicest car and the guy sitting on it, but if someone posts something really real, everyone can relate to, they're like, shit, that's the real thing that impacts a person's life. Because if you show off your fucking car,
yeah, exactly,
just saying like, yeah, I got this from hustling, and people are like, hey, nice man, but I can't relate because how many people have like the fancy cars?
Exactly.
People that are, for example, when a famous Boston person like, hey, I was 2 years ago, I was broke as fuck, and I was just living on, I don't know, €10 a day, let's say, $10 in your
yeah.
for your
yeah.
surroundings. Then people are gonna get inspired, and then if the famous person says like you can make it as well, then people are gonna be relative. Like, I'm grinding right now.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny, dude. Like you see that as like you see. It's so funny you say that. Actually, like, now I'm thinking about it, like now you see that as like a marketing tactic. You know what I'm saying? Like you see, people who are like, yeah, like look at me, like I was, I was broke, like half a second ago, sleeping on my friends' couches, and like now, I'm, living in like Beverly Hills of like, you know what I'm saying? So you're completely right. You know what I'm saying? Like people are even using that like when marketing their thing, but, like you said, like I really think also another really important thing is, making your content relatable. You know what I'm saying? Like if people, and I feel like through relatability, people find that connection not only with, that one song or that one bar, but also like with you in general. You know what I'm saying? And I think the most important thing when making music is to make sure that you are forming that some sort of connection with your listener, with your follower, because once you're able to establish a connection with them, then they're more than just a listener. You know what I'm saying? Like then you've created that friendship with them indirectly. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy how it's crazy. I'm saying some of the best some of the best rappers that are out there, you feel, you know what I'm saying, you feel like you're somewhat connected to them and also their story. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it just being relatable to your listeners or to your watchers is so important, especially, when making music or making videos in my part. So so yeah, dude, it's so important.
And that's why we gotta be real. At least artists gotta be real, because if you like a blow up story of, I'm talking just random shit. People think in their head like, I got bitches, I got money. Like that's one of the most. It's catchy. I agree. Sure,
it is very catchy. You're right.
But for real, eventually, if you really want to back those words up, if you really want to put it with emotion, then you gotta bring a story.
Oh, for sure.
And that's what I've been focusing on. And it's funny, actually. Today I finished like the last song, like the conclusion. Still need to rewrite a couple of stuff.
Yeah.
But the last song of the album is gonna be like an entire concept. I'm actually getting directors as well to work on it. And filming a couple of stuff, and so you can actually hear the movie in your head and see like the scenes.
Yeah.
So I've been focusing on that because if I come back to an album, it's because of the story. Maybe a couple of songs will impress me, but if I'm actually gonna rotate an entire album, it needs to have that content so I can delve deeper into it.
Yeah. So I mean, so you've kind of talked a little bit about your journey right now, as a rapper, and also just like making this new, like this whole new. Is this an album or a mixtape or what is?
No, yeah, it's full-fledged album. It's coming on streaming services, Apple, everything, Spotify, everything you can think of.
What day exactly? Do you have a date that you're dropping it? Or?
I'm not gonna promise anything because I'm a person that really wants to get everything right. I'd rather make it timeless than rush it. So
for sure,
it's probably gonna be maybe end May, start of the summer, something like that.
Sounds good, my man. I know I'm very excited to hear it. So for sure, my man. Dude, you're a good friend of mine, man. Like we go way back, dude. Like I gotta support you, my man. But can you like kind of explain like just like your hustle right now as like an aspiring artist in the game right now, because I know like a ton of I know a lot of the people, that will probably listen to this or something like that, or, are probably in our positioning, I'm saying, of not really, but like, I'm saying, like aspiring to be something, like hustling towards it. So like, what are some of the moves that you're making like every single day, like right now in your life, to help you for your future, trying to become, or going to become, I got you, going to become obvious, like a professional, like and a successful rapper.
It's about rituals. When we actually boil it down to artists and like hip hop artists, it's very important that you just stick to what you got. I mean, you can't pose as anything else. You can't. You're in full power when you own yourself, own what you got. So you can't be talking about shit that you don't have yet. And the important thing to actually get what you want to have, or get the type of position, is, in my opinion, rituals. So you gotta have, I'm not necessarily saying you need a plan or a scheme, because I suck at that personally. I think most creative people, I'm terrible at keeping time. But it's just important that you make a ritual of writing every day and writing anywhere you are. Because if you can do it anywhere, then you can keep boiling with your mind even as you're walking to get to your job, or walking to get just home. And then even a little sentence or a little word that rhymes, that pops, I'm just going to write it down. And then from out of that, more creative energy, more creative flow will come, of course. Because once you've started, and once you kind of let those ideas come, they all come at the same time. So you just got to have some sort of output that you have at least once a day, for especially if you want to keep up with expressing the way you feel as an artist, because that's very important. Other people need to feel it. So if you can't describe what you're feeling, then you're not going to make it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, no, you have to. You have to.
And so, yeah, the most important thing is just to keep developing on a musical level. What do you feel with this certain type of music? And make sure you stick to the music that you actually feel. Because if you can feel your own music, then other people are going to feel it automatically. I was performing one time, and it was funny. It was kind of a more emotional track, and I was hesitant, because if I'm performing that, how am I going to perform it? Because if I do it over enthusiastic, the feeling is not going to come across. And so basically what I did, I was on that stage, and I just closed my eyes for a couple of seconds, and I can just envision myself writing that those same verses again. And it was insane, because it was kind of like a father like type of preaching track towards like the creator or something that actually made me. So I was saying at the end, like, who the hell made me? And I was just, it was beaming with the energy, and I felt like everybody was feeling what I'm feeling. So make sure that if you're an artist, you're gonna practice on writing down those feelings that you have, and making sure that they come across. And that's pretty much it, man. That's the most important thing, I think.
And I mean, that's absolutely amazing, brother. And I mean, that goes back exactly what we were like just talking about with like being relatable. You know what I'm saying? Like with those basic human emotions that you're expressing. Not only with your music, and not only with your lyrics, but it even comes down to like the tone of the voice, like how passionate you are when you're recording. You know what I'm saying? Like people, it's so funny how you can tell when someone is passionate when they're speaking, or when they're singing to you, or when they're rapping to you, or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like you can tell when someone is passionate, because like just from like not only from the words that they're saying, because lyrics and just the words that you speak are very important, but also the tone of the voice that you have.
Meaner, actually,
it's so important to the overall meaning and the passion and the relatability that you have with with that listener. So I mean, I completely agree with you, my man, and I think that's the same thing with not only rapping, but also anything in life. You know what I'm saying? If you're able to be relatable with someone, if you're able to be true and real with people, ultimately in your life you will win. You know what I'm saying? If you are true with who you are, and you're true with who you're gonna be and stuff, like and you're true with the position that you are in right now, and you don't take it for granted and all that good stuff, like, you will ultimately win, because, like, winners tell their stories. Winners tell their truth.
It comes down to loving yourself, basically. If you love yourself, you're gonna love what you do, and if you love what you do, then other people are gonna be like, hey, that sounds pretty good. I like what he's doing.
Exactly.
And it's just beaming out what you got. And everybody's got something, I'm sure of it. So just beam out what you have. And if you haven't found it yet, take some time out. Like, take some time out of the rotation that you have and take a good look. Like, what do I want to be? What am I gonna be? Because when you find it, there's like the famous quotes. There are two parts of your life that's the most interesting. First, searching for what you're gonna do, what kind of purpose you want, and then when you got it, actually going to that position of reaching that purpose. And that's something else. When you found it, it's like you're hungry. Not hungry for food, but hungry for knowledge, and just, I don't know. It steps you out of your comfort zone, and you grow crazy fast.
For sure,
I've noticed.
For sure. And I mean, I think you may have, like, heard maybe like a different variation of it. The one that I think the quote that I remember hearing, it was like there's the two best days in your life is the day that you're born, and then the day that you figure out why.
Yes,
yeah. So that's like that in and of itself is just like really powerful, and I completely agree, my man. Like, I really think that the way to figure out like why you were put on this earth is through like self-awareness. You know what I'm saying? And I think people, and I think the way to become more self-aware is through action. You know what I'm saying? Like, I find, at least for myself, it might be subjective to each individual person, but to me, you know, I find out more about who I am, my strengths, my weaknesses, and, you know, what I'm good at, what I'm bad at, through just doing. You know what I'm saying? Going through experiences, like, oh man, like, I'm not very good at this, or I should have done this differently, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, like, I'm actually really, really good at this. You know what I'm saying? So for me, like, to find, if I was anyone who's listening to this, you know, trying to figure out their purpose, like, I would just go out and do, you know what I'm saying? Just go out and try as many things as possible.
And then reflect, like, do I want to do this every day of my life? And if that's, eventually, if you're going to filter through everything, let's say you're going to play tennis or some shit, any little thing that's out there, I mean, there's something out there for every person. So once you find it, it's different, because then you change the game. You change the way you think.
For sure, man.
You're not anymore. You're not kind of lost. You're just gonna think like, I'm lost in the right direction, because if I'm going there, if I'm doing this every day, things will come eventually. For sure. That's the funniest thing.
Man, it's life, and I love the way that we're talking right now, my man. It's so, you know, this is some powerful stuff, very, very powerful, and it's really amazing, because, like, people can really only possess the mindset that, you know, that me and you have, that, you know, a lot of other successful people have, and probably a lot of people that are listening to this have as well, you know, is just through, you know, experiencing different aspects of life. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that it's amazing, you know, even though we're in two completely different niches, you know, we're able to connect with the same mindset, because, you know, and that's the mindset, hopefully, you know, that will lead us to, you know, ultimate success in both of our lives. So
and I think the most important thing is that the way, at least I think you think as well, is that we adapt. If something doesn't work, we're gonna try something else, and if this mindset won't work, and then I'm gonna change it up eventually. You're gonna do it as well, I think, if you don't find success, because that's what sets some people apart. Like, if you can't find success, are you gonna try something else entirely, or are you just gonna try a different way in the niche you're already in?
Exactly, man. I mean, if that front door is not open, you know what I'm saying? Like,
go from the back.
That's it, my man. You got it, bro. So, but dude, like, Jacob, it was very, very, you know, amazing talking to you, my man. So
yeah, it was humbling, man. Thanks.
100%, dude. And I still find it insane. You know what I'm saying, that we, you know, I was literally just scrolling through my old photos on my computer. You know what I'm saying, and I find the DMs that we had almost a year and like 4 months ago, you know, so
Jeez.
it's crazy.
So much change. It's really insane.
And dude, and there's a reason behind it too. And I think, you know, this video, like this call that we have, you know, this may be the reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know what can happen with this video or with this or with this call. So, but dude, like I said, like, you know, I really do appreciate, you know, you hopping on a call with me and stuff like that. And I really hope, you know, we can help each other out moving forward. And
definitely, man.
For sure, dude. So
I got one more thing to like end the night or end like the session, because the funny thing actually is because I could have actually just have said like fuck it, because it's right now as I'm speaking it's 40 minutes past 12.
Oh goodness.
And I'm not even thinking about the time, because these type of talks, these type of motivational stuff, that's what keep me awake.
For sure.
So I'm saying as well, like the funny thing is that when I first started recording like my first songs, I was up until 2 or 3.
Goodness.
So if you actually find like the grind, it gives you energy no matter how tired you are. So that's what I'm saying at the end.
You get lost, dude. You get lost.
You get lost,
time.
bro. The time flies by. You're like, what the fuck?
You're like, wait, I swear I thought it was like light outside. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
no, I mean, you're completely right, dude. You're completely right. So, and did you get, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get that feeling, you know what I'm saying? You get that feeling when you're hustling, that, like, you're like, this is it, you know what I'm saying? This is what I was, you know, this is what I was maybe not meant to do, but maybe like I'm in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can definitely feel it when you're taking the right steps.
Yes.
So, bro, like I said, like, I'm so happy, you know, we were able to hop on this call. I think, you know, I think I gotta go, but I do appreciate, you know, you taking the time, especially I completely forgot about the time about the time difference, but I really do appreciate the dedication, my man. It means a lot. All right, Jacob, it was really nice talking to you, bro.
Keep in touch, and yeah, if I got news, I'm gonna DM you, especially when the drop's coming.
Oh, dude, please, I am waiting. I'm on the edge of my seat every day, my man. But
sounds great. I love your enthusiasm.
I'm excited, bro. But yeah, dude. No, let me know how it goes. You know, if you need any help with, you know, anything at all, you know, just let me know, my man. I'm always here. You're day one, my man, and I'm your day one too. Yeah, exactly. We have a deep connection, bro. So when we're both, you know, super successful and stuff like that, we'll look back on that, on those DMs that we had, you know, in 2016, and be like, damn,
put out
dude.
Those pictures.
That was it, dude. Yeah, those pictures gonna be big one day. I'm telling you.
Definitely.
But yeah,
right,
man.
Hey, have a good one, man.
You too, my man. Hey, sleep well. I don't. Maybe you're not done with the night, but
yeah. I don't think so, but
yeah, I'm pretty tired too. I might get a bed. All right, Jacob. Really good talking to you, bro. I will talk to you later, my man.
All right, peace.
See you later, brother.
Bye.
Bye.